Good afternoon, and thank you guys for tuning in to the Rhoda Young Live TV show. I I am the infamous Miss Rhoda Young Live, guys, and it's my great pleasure to introduce you guys to a fellow citizen here in Virginia, Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles has a really big complaint about the things that his son been challenged with at school. He said he cannot believe the audacity.
Miss Rhoda. Mm. Mm.
You back up there.
Oh, wait a minute. Charles might be. Wait a minute. Oh, we still. Hey, guys. Sorry, technical support. We're going to get Charles back up in here. Thank you guys for hanging in there. That was technical support, guys. Let's bring Charles back in because that was funny. Okay. It's,
Yeah, there.
okay.
It ain't that disconnected.
See, can we get Charles back in, guys? This was kind of funny. Sorry, Charles. Where you at? There you go, son. Hey, Charles. That's what makes it so funny when you're live, raw, and uncut. You're gonna play the bloopers and everything is gonna be on live. We're uncut, we're not edited, and things happen. And once again, on studio audience, can y'all come back? We got the studio audience. We're gonna start this over, guys. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Rhoda Young Live studio. Woo! And thank you. This is the Rhoda Young Live talk show here in out of Norfolk, Virginia, and we have Mr. Charles here reporting live straight out of Virginia. Right now, he's going through a storm. He's weathering a storm because of what the school system has done to his child. He said, "Can you believe the school had the audacity to ask his child to write a paper on which child would he?" Which parent will he marry and which one will he kill? I'm Rhoda Young Live, and it's my great pleasure to introduce to you guys Charles. How you doing, Charles?
Yes. How you doing? I'm glad to be here. For one, all praises to the Most High, higher, and I've been trying to go ahead and contact the regular news, Wavy TV 10, 13, Channel 3, and they still haven't gotten back to me. I call their phone and they're like, you can tell somebody ain't trying to go ahead and hear your story. So I think if we go, I thought about Miss Rhoda Young and her audiences, which are our people, you know what I mean? And like-minded, regular, everyday people that need to hear about something like this. And I want to give awareness to this because I believe that the parents has a right to know what they might be missing and the virtual learning that their kid is, the children doing assignments on.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to. My son, he's in the ninth grade. He passed going to the 10th. Out here in Newport News and Heritage High School. Here's the question that was asked to my son. It was like, here's the instructions, and it was the question. The instructions said, please provide a response in the reply box. Be sure to provide at least 3 grammatically correct and spell check sentences and one comment for full credit. So that means it was getting graded. It says, what would you do if someone told you at a young age as a prophecy that you would kill one parent and marry the other? How would your life, how would you live your life? What would be different? And it goes to say, read at least one other person's reply and leave a comment.
Wow. Let me stop you there, Charles. So they say a prophecy. Which parent would you kill if you had the opportunity? Do they mean that? Like, what do prophecy mean?
Exactly. That's one of my questions that came up too, because I know there's a difference between church and state that we're supposed to go by, no matter what religion. I think it should be not just the Bible, but also it shows that, for one, it shows that murder, no matter if it's a prophecy or not, that's an option. And then for two, nowadays children are getting their little liberties through being called bywords if you want to be called a girl when you're a boy or whatever. Now this is insinuating that they have a choice of which parent to marry. So if there was a homosexual teen and they had some parental problems, I think that shows they're catering to an ideology of a child given to murder and to marry a parent if it was such of a prophecy.
So your problem is, which many other people problem is, why would this school get the kids to start thinking about which parent do they want to murder? And which parent would they have incest with? That's crazy.
Come to find out, I had went all the way down to spoken to the principal. I spoken to the leadership. I spoken to, her name was Karen Daniels of the secondary leadership executive director. The executive director, Karen Daniels, and the instructional superintendent, Jessica Mitchell. Miss Jessica Mitchell told me that it was from a Greek mythology question, that it is in the curriculum that these kids are learning Greek mythology. So, but when you use key words like prophecy and you're making it personal to that child, that's more of a Greek religion than it was a myth. You get what I'm saying? So I asked her that, why is it, then I came to let me too, why is my child being taught the religion? For one thing, I want to say the Bible been taken out, right? Fair game, okay? Fair game. But your freedom right now is being taught, you're being free to taught Greek mythology, which is Greek religion, the same people that nailed Christ on the cross. So that's the whole thing. Like, that's where it comes from or whatnot. But I believe the real answer they were looking for was at the very end, was saying that, how would you live your life? And what would be different? They're looking for the result of your actions. You know what I mean? So the result of that.
So they asked the kids, which parent would they kill? The mother or the father? Which one would they marry? And then at the end, they want to know how would they live their life?
Yeah, and what would be different from their regular norm? Like before that.
After they kill their parents or marry their parents.
Yeah, and how after the marriage, how would they live their life and what would be different in the marriage?
I'm confused. Can you break it down for me so I can get great understanding?
Okay, they're saying, okay, you want to read want me to read it over?
Yeah, read it over for the ones that's just tuning in, please.
Okay, it says, what would you do if someone told you at a young age as a prophecy, like religion, that you would kill one parent and marry the other? How would you live your life? And what would be different? Read at least one other person's reply and leave a comment. So what I really see out of here is that the real question what they want is your reaction from how would you live your life and what would be different after the marriage. This is the funniest part right here. It was a female that my son responded to, because that was in the instructions to reply and leave a comment.
Okay.
And my this was the girl's response was, right? And my son replied to her response.
Okay.
Now it says, if the little girl said, if I kill one of my parents, it would be where I wouldn't be where I am today. That shows her conscience that she originally has. But if I had to kill one, it would be my mom, because my dad does more for me and he is always there when I need him, unlike my mom, who's never home.
Wow.
I don't know why would that be a reason to kill your parent. And
Wow.
then she goes on to say, if I killed my mom and married my dad, that would be weird. I mean, very weird. That shows her conscience again. But if I didn't have a choice, then that is how it would go. I would live my life distant because I wouldn't want to be around my family anymore or my dad. So she actually answered the result after marrying her father, that she wouldn't be able to fully live her life regularly anymore. These people, and then it goes to say, after I done killed my mom and my dad's wife. Now she's answering that she basically saying that her conscience is getting infringed on, that she
Right.
wouldn't even be able to answer that last question. What these people, what they really was asking, what would be the result of that marriage, is that she wouldn't even want to be around the person she married. But the thing
Wow.
is, this is my situation. I'm married. My son, I have custody of my son. His mother lives. It's a blended home with them, me and my wife. My son puts one word, and that says many words. He's put one word, said facts. He said facts.
Wow.
But even though it's just, your conscience getting infringed on, and it's getting opposed. You know what I mean? In the midst of children getting their own right to save their boy or girl, or getting anything that's beyond the parents' control. And at the end, and it seems like these teachers are overstepped their boundaries of teaching our kids. And then when I went to go ahead, even I'm homeschooling my kids. This year I'm to fully homeschool my kids. But the thing is, I get flack from the teacher, like if it's gonna be an issue with me homeschooling my kids. Like you have to be there 8 hours. Like I want virtual learning. I want to continue the virtual learning. They require me to be there, have the kids be there 8 hours, like in the school. So they're giving me flack, like if I can't do it or something, like I'm not the original teacher of my child.
Right.
So that's the whole thing. And my son replied in facts, because that's my situation with me living with my wife right now.
So you was more concerned that they're like instilling into the kids' minds that, like you said, your son might have chose hypothetically speaking, he could have said, I want to kill my stepmom. And that wouldn't be a good look or nothing nice to say out his mouth and write in the paper, because it will bring controversy inside the home if the mother thought, or the stepmother or the mother know that their child said they have a choice, they're going to kill you. Like if my child had a choice, she's telling the teachers that she'll kill me over her father. So that's really, really weird. And it's weird that they will want the kids to think like that when we're trying to get our kids, to get those bad thoughts off their mind. Exactly,
because at the same time, they're not even stepping foot in the school. They're totally virtual learning in my house. So you're putting this through the airways into my home, that you're going against what I believe in, which is the Father, Mother, and Child is the image of God. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and Son. So that goes against my beliefs, that this is the image of God. You're asking one of the images of the God that I worship to murder the other image and cause confusion in my home. Why?
Wow. You say you contacted Wavy News 10, Channel 3, and also Channel 13 News about this story. And what was the results for that?
When I went into depth about it, because I try to keep it on surface level, I didn't really want to get into my beliefs, because I really don't have to mention my own beliefs. I can just keep it on the level of them presenting this to my child. But when I started to mention that, hey, this goes against what I believe in, And then they were like, "Oh, Greek mythology is being taught and all over the school. It's being taught for years." I believe that's the reason why the direction of this is going in these schools in this world. And that's the reason, because there's nothing moral good. I read about the prophecies and maybe we look into them. There's nothing morally good about these Greek mythologies, which is Greek religion. I don't know why they came up with that myth when all of a sudden that's only being done in the schools. But when you study it for yourself in college, it becomes Greek religion.
So let me ask you this. What is it that you want to get out there to the school, which is Heritage's, is a high school or middle school? High school.
Yeah.
What is it that you want to get out there to the teachers and also the principal and the school board about teaching our children about these type of things? What is it that you want them to know that you don't appreciate?
Okay, for one thing, it's the whole intentions, or how would you say, your entitlement that you teachers, that the school board or whatever entity that is separate of a part of the government, thinking that you could overstep boundaries and thinking we're just here, you teaching our children like they're yours. Okay, I'm a traditional father. Okay, the thing is, these things, enough is enough when it comes to a point that I have to defend my position as a father being taught to my child by an outside person. Okay, these things that you're presenting to my child is inappropriate. You are not, for one thing, okay, you are not the handler of my child. When my child goes there,
we got somebody want to come in and say something. Muhammad MD say, Charles, get a degree in education, open your own school, case closed.
Okay, this is what I gotta say about that. I can very well do that. But why do I have to become, like I asked the lady, why do I have to become an activist about something that a law needs to be changed? We can become activists and be fruitful, become the fruits of our labor. But why does it have to come to an extent that this is running freely like that? Why we just can't keep a law intact, of state, like it always been, of state and separation between church and state, and keep it that way?
Mrs. Mitchell said, exactly, Mr. Muhammad. He need to teach his own child then.
Yes, I am. I definitely am. But this is the thing is, boundaries are being crossed here, and my whole thing of being up here is that I wanted to say to these parents, y'all might be missing these things when your child is in virtual learning. Okay, there's people out here that really don't care about your child, but want to go ahead and get an agenda across. Okay, so my advice, and I wanted to say to everybody out there, is that if you see these type of things in your child, and kids might not even have a good relationship with their parents.
Excuse me for a minute. Miss Lori said, we are being persecuted, and wait a minute, it slipped up. Mrs. Lori said, we are being persecuted. We are in our last days. These people are teaching our children kids. The people that's teaching our children kids are witches and warlocks. They do evil.
Yes.
And most get jobs like this to get jobs like this at the hospital to get people blood and use for witchcraft.
I'm gonna tell you like this: due to strong coordinates of the word pharmacy, it becomes pharmaki in the Greek. That means sorcery within itself. So you are totally correct. And these institutions that we're putting our kids through are ran by nothing but people that's not of the Most High. They are fallen deities, if you want to go as deep as you want. These people worship these fallen angels, which is many a pantheon religion of Greek mythology. And they are running wild. The same people.
Wait a minute, Charles. Mr. High Life 757 said, what the hell is wrong with Rhoda's neck? That's for me. That's for my studio audience. Just bust out laughing. Mr. High 757, it ain't nothing wrong with my neck. God bless me with this neck. I can operate this neck the way I want to. If I want to flip it left, right, up and down, it's my neck. What about your own damn neck? Next question. Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, I want to say this, like, the same people that believe, listen, ain't nothing new under the sun. The same
Okay.
people that hung Christ on the cross believe in Greek mythology of worshiping many gods, which is the fallen angels that came to this earth. That because of me, of that situation, I worship the Most High. Okay, I am a Hebrew Israelite. Okay, and I'm not those Hebrew Israelites on the corner calling people the devil because they're the white man. I'm the one that fully goes through and reads this Bible and knows what's really going on out here. So what I'm saying is that your religion is being under attack, and it's starting in the most good, the most penetrating part in your family is your children. So when I'm
Right.
anybody that out there that believes and is a firm believer, you know what I mean, understand what your children are to you. They are precious. The same way they look at your children of their agenda getting crossed is precious to them. So what all I'm trying to say is here is that when you understand these things, the same thing with the vaccine, getting the kids shot up. You can do whatever you want to do, whatever you believe in. But my intentions is that keeping my kids safe,
Right.
mentally, physically, and spiritually.
So you're not
Okay.
getting your kids no shot.
If listen, I don't defile my temple. It's a
Right.
religious belief. I don't eat pork because it defiles my temple. Some things are not supposed to be injected in the body or eating. So I go by the laws and statutes of Leviticus and the Bible. So anybody, I don't have to say about these conspiracy things. Like if it goes against with the Bible and nothing new under the sun, this happened before, and it's gonna. If you know if you know, you know. All praises to a higher. But if you know, you know. That is I am in the Hebrew. A higher means that I am that I am. Yes, that is I am. The Most High I am. So what I'm trying to say is, people, watch your kids, love your kids, teach your kids. You are the first teacher of your children. You will always be the
I'm
first teacher
sorry.
of children.
Ashlyn came in with a comment. Ashlyn is she wanted me to let you know that Rhoda Young Live is in love with pork chops.
Oh man.
She
Well,
wa-
but look, if y'all want to contact me, I'm on Facebook. My name is Danye Fagan. It's DANYAIFEAGIIN. And my name is Charles of God. That's my first name. You can find me on YouTube. I'm a gospel righteous rapper. You know what I mean? You can find me on YouTube. It's kind of hard. You got to
okay,
look for
so
my
thank
channel.
you. And also, we do have a page for advertisement of your rapping career. If you would like to
Okay.
for us to promote that, you can get in contact with my business manager at
Yeah.
RhodaYoungTV@gmail.com. But your Facebook name is
Danye Fagan. Again, that's DANYAII and last name FEAGIIN.
okay, Charles. Before we go, we spoke about a lot. I don't know a lot about Greek mythology or whatever it is, so that's why I can't really question you about
I
it.
understand.
This is very new for me. I learn stuff new each and every day as I do this right here. Can you give us some closing remarks on what you want the people to understand out there and what you want the school to understand? And guys, if y'all want to hear more about Charles, he gave y'all his Facebook page, and y'all can go on his Facebook page and follow him and listen to more about what the school is doing wrong and what they're teaching your kids that they should not be teaching them. Charles, take the floor.
I'm gonna say it like this. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay. A lot of people say certain things that just makes you want to feel good. But all in all is wrong. There are certain things that's taking place in this world today that's in no other religious book but the Bible. These people, I'm gonna say it like this. These people that worship on a Sunday is nowhere in the Bible to do that. Just like it says anywhere that it says that a vaccine can cure you, or taking medicines is to treat you instead of healing you. Okay, we've been indoctrinated as generational curses from 70 AD once we lost our homeland. We don't know who we are because they won't tell you who you are. And once we find out that, it's all over for them. The institutions, their sorcery, which is in Greek, which is pharmacy. You got to understand these things and what we're under. These people will never, ever tell us the truth. So any of that Fox News thing, left and right is still the whole wing of a bird. So if you think about Democrat or you think about Republican, it's still a bird. And it's written about that in the Bible about who that bird is. Okay?
All right.
Follow me on Facebook. No, you can see everything I got. I speak
And
nothing
tell me
but truth
one more
on
time, Charles,
Facebook.
before we go. One more time before we go, Charles. And I'm glad I had the opportunity to speak with you, and you had the opportunity to get your point out there and let people know what's really going on inside these school systems, and that they really need to pay more attention to the virtual learning that's coming into their homes and see what's really going on with their kids' school and also their kids. One more time, what's your Facebook name?
Donye Fagan is DANYAII, and his last name F is a Frank, EAGIIN.
And thank you. I am the most famous news reporter, Miss Rhoda Young Live. And thank you guys for tuning in to the Rhoda Young Live TV show. Woo!
All praises to a higher.
Bye-bye. Talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.